Hello and welcome back to the worst rowing attraction ever out there in existence, and also the Park of Pigs, or also known as the Southern Sands. Well, it's actually not pigs. At least there's 3 of us who are not pigs, which are of course Damage, F1 Fan 112, and Icaro Viloso. Now what am I doing? Just out of curiosity. I think I'm broke and I'm about to head off home. I think the same is true for F1 Fan 112. And I don't know about Icaro Filoso. How you doing? These were all 3 happy fellas. You know what? Let's anticipate us leaving, because that is what's gonna happen. And let us add 3 more guests to the park. I think Brad Baker also needs to be in this one. There, and then we'll have you be Baishkorv, or however you pronounce it exactly. I hope I didn't butcher it. There. Oh, and $100. You're even rich. Welcome to the park. And then you will be super. No, you know what? This is gonna be the treble clef. There. And welcome to the park, to all of you. Now, what we got last time was the swinging inverter ship, and we said that we would continue on researching thrill rides till we start the construction of the steel coaster. That is soon to take place, but not yet. So, because that is not yet happening, I feel like what we can do is perhaps, and this might be challenging, very in fact, but we might be able to squeeze in like some other rides over here, you know. There is in the end a little bit of pathway here, so we can like try and fill this up to the best of our abilities. Which of course, you know, I wouldn't be me if I didn't at least try. But before we do that, let us check. Yeah, see, our guests are pigs, I said, huh? Well, we know that we want, you know, basically with the money that we're generating, we cannot have such a dirty park. Speaking about the money we're generating, oh yeah, just look at it. It's the 28th of April. We're definitely gonna be in like the good 11,000 something mark, and that's only gonna increase even further. So I feel like it's pretty justified to, yeah, and this was the other area that was lacking. I feel it's pretty justified to get like just a few more handy dudes out here for like this area. Well, that should cover most of it. Also, now that we're in this view, we might as well just give it a small vandalism check. Despite the incredible mess in our park, nothing is demolished. Or so it seems. We have actually well-behaved guests. Wow, for a change. And then you'll see in the underground, no, not even. Okay, well, nice surprise. Yeah, so let's get those rides in, huh? We said we would do the swinging ship. Let's get this over here on top of this. Which I just think is like the perfect place for it, right? There. And then done like that. Exactly. This is also much easier to hook stuff up with, you know, in this view. Where we can actually see things. Now here's the thing. If we are to build a slide here, I kind of want it to go below the ship. But if we do that, then we cannot have the path just go down, because that will lead to issues. Unless we build it near the park edge. I'm up for that, you know. We can do that. Let's do that. So in that case, if we do that, then it's not an issue to just go like this. Do like the quick and dirty style here. And we can even join up exits, I feel. So, there, nice. Right, now what we of course do want is benches galore here. Without the benches, this will not be a success. Also, we need another loose walking mechanic, because in this area we cannot do shared exits, so we're gonna have a lot more rides to deal with, and I feel like a shared, you know, like a few more loose walking mechanics will cover our needs for quick repair times, which we are gonna have. Also, this needs its own handy dude, else we're gonna have issues with the vomit control. And this will help in keeping this area clean too, so it's a win-win situation. Yeah, of course, obviously. Ooh, you know what we forgot? Now that I'm raising the price, I'm thinking like, hey, but how are the other prices, you know, of the rides that we already have for quite a while? We need to take into account the, you know, the price inflation. So we'll come back to the swinging ship in just a moment. Let us check how... Oh, this is already done. No, it's not. It's not done. So we'll just have to wait till this thing gets back so we can then tune the timing. It seems though that these are the guys on the way back, which is actually on the station over here. Am I saying that right? I'm saying that right. Which then means that the first few have already come back. Yeah, because there's one train there, one train there. As far as I can tell, you know, in my head, that means that the timing is perfect without me fiddling with it. Well, that's a first. Let me see. This is a... Oh no, there's guests still on there. I'm just checking, you know, to see if any queue is empty for, like, the whole queue size. But that seems not to be the case. Also, look at this swan boat. It will return to its station. Just you believe me. Anyway, we have this. We need to give this a name, and we shall call this Sand Sailor. Sailor! Aye, matey! There, good. Then a little bit of coloring. It does not need much, but we're gonna give it a little bit. Is that okay? It's not really, is it? Maybe that? No, that's more greenish. Maybe white. White looks better, and then we'll have this be that, and then we'll have this be that. And what if we change that around? Ooh, yeah, now I'm liking it. Now I'm liking it. Yeah, this definitely looks good. And that was the wrong move. Yeah, this looks good. I like it. I approve. The Sand Sailor is now officially part of the park. And another thing that I noticed is the following. Look, it is too crowded here. Now, I did do a little bit of looking around here, you know, and what I saw was that a lot of the guys here think it's too crowded. And I'm pretty sure, I mean, I'm not going to click on all of them, but I'm pretty sure here is where they're thinking that. And that's actually close to the entrance here. And what I'm thinking is... Ooh. Did I just... Yeah, let's see. Yep, I saw it. Just in time, but I saw it. Kinda didn't check the exit paths, really, that are shared, you know. Only really checked the main walking paths. Well, that's a slight oversight on my part. This one seems good. Alright, error fixed. So, yeah, but no, like I'm saying, you know, in my mind, it's over here that it's the most crowded. So, what we should probably do is build like a path here in the underground that connects up to over there. That will at least relieve a little bit of the pressure from like this pathway here. Which I think will be a good move on our part. So we'll get that sorted in just a moment. But I also have to confess that we're going to do another cheesy and dirty move in like right now. We're going to get our first double of the rides. Because we're blowing through our rides so quick without getting any new stuff that I feel like we're forced to do the double ride thingy. So, there. It is done. Not much we can do about it now. There. And then we shall have a green tarmac path there. With also a green cube. Well, that's pretty fitting, isn't it? Now, this will probably not really have any effects. And this, you know, in terms of like attracting guests, I'm pretty sure that, this slide is not helping. So, therefore, we also don't need it for the money, really. So, then again, it's only May year 2. Let's go bonkers. We might as well, you know, we'll go bonkers on it for as long as it's allowed. Oh, crap. But we're gonna change the settings, you know, for this one to unlimited rides per admission. And then just go like this. And then why don't we call this... yeah, we should call this the death spiral. Death spiral. Ooh, you know what? We're gonna Frenchify this. We're gonna call this du spirale morte. I believe it was, right? There. It is the exact same thing, but then Frenchified. That is, if you can Frenchify it, alright? Now, that means that we probably want it to be like that, and then like that. Look at that. As if there is like this black blob on it. The good thing about it is that we can build 2 more shops and stalls over here, should the need for them arise. Great. I think it's time that we build a slide. After we construct that path that I was talking about. So let's do that first. I think that's even more important. The question is though, are we going to be able to do what I want to do here? Yes. Okay. Now this isn't really the right way to do stuff like this, but... crap. Hold on a second. We're at height 4. So we're gonna run into the monorail. And then we're gonna get the terrain is too low. And then we need to raise or lower the terrain. And then I lost my selector thingy, but that's over there. So the monorail we escaped. All we need to do is basically get till... How high? That's height 2. So we can cross above this, turn around, and then connect it up there. Nice. So if we do that... Okay, and now I'm truly lost, because now I cannot see where the F... Oh wait, it's actually there. Nice. Look, very nice. Now this is gonna help tremendously. At least that's what I pray, you know. Because if it doesn't, all we did then is make pathing more difficult. But I don't think it works like that, you know. I think it will be like, you know, this will help with the pathing of the guests greatly. So, now what we do need is, we need benches. Because we cannot really build anything else over here in the ground. So we want benches, and we want one handy dude whose sole purpose is to keep patrolling the area. So that's what you will do. You, handy dude, you will be the one who has this on his patrol duty. And actually, you don't need to walk over there. This is what your patrol duty will look like. And I just hope that you don't go outside too much. Maybe because of it, I will have to say something like this. So you can keep this clean, and then which handy dude has like... That's you. You have the shared exit. You might as well take that into for your account. You have a lot of area to cover, but I believe this will release the amount of guests on like this stretch here a little bit, so we have like a better spread in coverage, and that should help with with dealing with the stuff. So good. Now, do we have ratings on this? We still do not have ratings on that. We do have it over here, and that's just terrible, but okay, fine, it is what it is. You have one person in the queue line. What are people thinking about you? Yeah, alright, that's good. Let's get the slide in. I said we would get a slide. Let's get a slide. We're gonna build it over here, probably with the probably like this, and then we'll have the entrance and exit be somewhere over there. Right, and that's the way we're gonna have to do it. It's gonna be a relatively long one, but that's okay. So how about it if we start the thing here? Great, well, that was a waste of money. Not that money is like a real issue, but if you don't have to waste it, it's better to not. Oh look, I've left the park. Have I left happy? Yeah, I'm curious. I should be... That's not me. That's me, look! I left with €1.20. Happy as can be. Very nice, very nice. Anyway, so let's continue building this. Yeah, that seems good. And then we'll add the entrance, we'll add the exit, and then the first thing we need to do is start lifting this up. And then have like the drop, because we're gonna make this in such a way and that we're not gonna have crashes. Well, or it stalling. At least I hope that we make it in such a way. What we can do as well is, rather than going up high, have it go into the underground. I think that's a more clever idea. Yeah, let's go into the underground. Or do this. I mean, that will work. Oh, that's clever. Now, as for where I want this ride to be, I don't want it to go up too high, but I kind of want to utilize this hill. So this is like one drop, which I think will survive. We'll do like another type of trick like this, and then try and utilize as much of this hill as we can. Without interfering too much with other rides. So if we do this, I would probably end up like somewhere over here. I want to be on like this line of tiles, which I think for that we need to pull back a little. It's okay. Oh, it's actually not looking too bad. Yeah, that's definitely not looking too bad, and it also saves us a lot of ugly supports. Alright, that's too high for support, so 25 is the highest we can go. Right, now that we are in business with this gravity-defying slide, I don't even know really where we're building exactly, but let's have a look at how we want this thing to go. Because we don't really go into the underground yet. There is stuff here in the underground, but what we could do, for example, is... are we like literally... Yeah, we are literally above this track here. So what we could do, for example, is just have like a mellow drop, curve about, go into the underground. I wanna pierce through this hill one way or the other. That is gonna happen. And once we're through, then I want to curve it around to. We need to do that at height 11, and this is at height 10. So we need to curve it around over here. And then, can we go back into this hill, like, right on this side at height 11? Oh, that's not gonna happen, because that's where the path is. So, we then would go over here inside the hill. And then probably to height 9 or something. And then do another drop. And then make sure to... Because there is... this is over here, which makes it rather difficult to return in a fashion that I want. Unless we drop down to height 1, do that over here, and then make like a U-turn all the way around here, only for us then to return to the station. That's definitely all doable, you know. It's just that it's a bit of a way out. Let's first try and see that we get in the hill in a nice way, you know. That's like the first objective. So take one at a time. Oh. Well, that's interesting. Because of that, you know what we can do then? Let us have like a loop around here. Well, I'm saying that, but this is already like quite high. What's the height difference between here? This is just number reading what I'm doing here, but I'm pretty sure that there is like a height gap of 4 between each element. Which would mean that because we're currently on height 20, we'd be able to pass above this 18 here. Now, I'm not entirely sure if height 21 would mean pass around the 19. Which would be there? About? No, because we're actually like a little bit too far out. So then over here it would be doable. No. Maybe with an S-bend. No. Okay, that's not gonna happen. Alright, screw it. We're gonna go the other side around. Go around and then do the passing through the hill to the other side, which will change the plans, but I just now learned of this impossibility over here. Unless what we do is S-bend. Look. Now all we need to do is like this. Okay, yeah. No, it's gonna lead to issues. I don't want them. And we're also wasting time here. Valuable time, I might add. So, let us get to the thing that we want to build. That is this slide here. Now. So, we said we were gonna reverse our building order. I think for that, maybe it would be cool to curve around here, drop from here to height 11, then go through, and then still pull off the whole underground shenanigan that I was talking about earlier, you know? Which should be possible if we enter the underground, like somewhere over here. And then maybe resurface, like... I don't know, over here? If we resurface over here, go above, and do like a drop back, then we are truly in business. Yeah, that is gonna be a cool. Oh wow! All of a sudden, I've just discovered what we're gonna do with the slide. Of course, we're heading like not right for the. For the ship here. Well then, what did we say? Height 11? We kind of do need to be at height 11. It's gonna be quite the drop that we're doing here. Wow. Oh my. I hope that you don't mind, guests, if we make height 12 of it, right? And then This seems good. It's cool to go above the path with this too. And then we can probably do something like this. Now, just so that we're clear on what we're doing exactly, we need to go into the underground, resurface at like... What height is efficient for us? This is like height 7, so if we go to like height 9, we should be able to make like a pass above this over here, resurface somewhere over here. And then be able to S-bend and then get back into the underground. Go with a steep dive and then up. And then drop back to the station. Oh my goodness. This design. I don't know who has come up with that, you know, but he must be a great tycoon. This is height 9 for us. I can't see for the life of me where is my selector tile? It is over here. Is that like truly like right next to the path? Sure seems so. Nice. Ultra nice. Look at this. Guys, what a design. Oh my... Man, my EP is growing for this slide, you know. Oh, well, never mind, you know. If there is like the slide in the way, you know, the regular slide in the way, all of a sudden my EP stopped growing. And then I think we want something like this. And what we'll probably have to do is make sure that we have this be crash proof. Is this lined up like proper? No, that's actually on the path. That's lined up proper. Right, but that's not gonna work out. So what I need to do with this is make sure that we have like a... Oh, that's what I don't like. What I need to do with this is line it up proper. So basically... Now that's not gonna be such a challenge. What we need to do is like see that we go like over here, for example. And now that has been a little bit too far. Maybe something like this. Perfect. Perfection. No. No. So, how then are we gonna deal with this? Because there's no way for us to... Oh man. We're at like height... Ah. Right, okay, so this isn't gonna happen. That's a shame, because I kinda like the whole plan hinged on this being possible. Now that it's not, we can still kinda pull it off, right? If we do it over here. Can't we? Should be. Right? I mean, we have the room for it. All we need is like 2 tight curves, and then we're off over there. Man, what a shame. Alright. Okay, so now it should be possible. only to run into the same issues because of... Right, okay, change up. Look, we got an award for the best value part. Oh, that's good. This slide is taking so much valuable time. It better be like ultra good for us, right? It is also like the worst for our terrain. Now we need to quickly and carefully lay down where this thing is gonna go. Now this is height 11. Let us get to like height 15. Because we need to make like a drop. And then we can basically, if we go to like height 15 and drop to height 10, we're good for at least this bit here. Yes, I think I got it covered, guys. If we don't do that, then we just basically are launching our guests to death. That's also not really what we want to do. Say what now? You've got to be kidding me. We don't need to go to this height though. I'm just now realizing. We can stick to height 12. We might even have like one more room here. And then do something like this. Ta-da! 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 Nice! Oh man, what a slide. Okay, now before we do even any test riding, because I know what's gonna happen with this test ride. We're gonna have a crash over there. So, to prevent that, look, boink. We're gonna have a crash over here to prevent that. Like that. And we're gonna have a crash over there. And to prevent that, look. And now all of a sudden, it is safe for test driving. And the good thing is, I don't feel like we have wasted that much space on this slide. If I'm honest. Oh, not bad. Designer D. It's actually half decent. Very good. Now we have 1,805 guests in the park. Maybe... What are we researching, by the way? Still thrill rides coming. We have jet skis. What we could do is probably get like the jet skis in over here-ish. Yeah, that we could do. We could get a jet skis in over here. Shall we do that? We'll do that next. Well, first of all, let me actually hook up this stuff and also have like the thing test drive. So that's another important bit, you know, doing some test sliding. I guess that's what you should call it technically, is test sliding. Because I don't even know if like the thing will keep in the curves. If you go too fast through the curves, then you could also launch yourself. Well, you guys, you know, the viewer, are gonna watch that. I, the Tycoon guy, is gonna connect up some stuff here. So, how about this? Seems reasonable. Red path here. That's it. It's like for the tarmac. Done. Nope. Done. Good. Now it looks to be going alright over there. I'm not entirely sure if it will. Oh wow, we need to do something about the state of the path. I just now see it. It must be somewhere that I forgot to cover. It's not the new underground section. That much I can tell, because this looks like suspiciously... Oh, no, I see where this is. We have like a handy dude for this area though. It's amazing that I don't see any destroyed benches because of this. Over here is good. Yeah, it's the same over here. So all they're complaining about is like this one stretch of path there, you know? Well, it is bad. I admit, it is bad. But still. Wow, look at him sweeping up like 2 or 3 at a time, huh? How good is that? Anyway, back to the test ride that we need to do. Oops, I didn't want to do... Wait, now I'm just pressing random buttons. This is where our boat is. We'll get back to the test ride in just a moment. I also look at our cache and I'm thinking like, okay, you know, we're gonna get like the jet skis here. And, you know, we're gonna get them regardless. So you guys continue on watching whilst I lay down some waterworks here for the jet skis. Which shouldn't be too difficult. Of course there is like a monorail in the way, right? Nagging as always. Then what we'll do as well is something like this. And then, so far, what I haven't seen are crashes with the slide. And it looks to be making good pace throughout the whole ride. So, no, first signs are good. First signs are good. In the meantime, what we're gonna do is we're just adding like one ride after the other, huh? How good are you? Oh, balls! Oh, look at what we have over here. I think that we just finished ourselves the slide ride in 2 minutes with 12 dinghies. You know what that means? Boom, done. And be open to the public. This is probably gonna be like a truly great slide. We'll name it in a moment. I want this this jet ski ride to also be there, but we need to put it over here. I forgot about the way how I had thought this through. Which means here, and there, and then... Look, this above the water is okay. And like this. And then basically what we're gonna do is we're gonna add a fountain there. Ta-da! This is anything but fancy, you know, but... Now, here's the thing. You guys have seen the first dinghy arrive back to the station with not an issue. If the thing crashes right now, then I'm just screwed. Yeah. But what a park, guys. I'm quite amazed at what we've been building so far. And just look at the guests. They just keep coming and coming, you know. And I don't even think that the park looks that great. Oh, we got the motion simulator. Anyway, what we're gonna do is we're gonna research roller coasters next, because the next thing that we will be building is a roller coaster. But what we first need to do is set up like the final tidbits here, like this, and let's say done. Well, done. not actually. It is naming time. Why don't we call this? I mean, this is just such a cool slide, you know. Why don't we call this Pyrowaniosis? Pyrowaniosis. No, it's actually not bad. For a slide, it's like pretty cool, right? And then why don't we call this? We should call this Boy Lepo. There, with a weird capitalization, right? Do they all have like the same color? All in the same color. Do we want that? No, I don't think we want that. We also don't want like a bright red tent thingy there. That's also ugly. Oh, I love this. Not because of the great color scheme, but because it contrasts in an ugly way. Therefore, this is what we're gonna take. Let's go with like yellow fences, right? And then are we gonna go? Let's go with white. And purple is good. And I'll stick to the same colors because you know what I did with is like peek with the with my eye into the corner of the screen, and I saw the time, and I'm like, okay, I'm gonna do it the cheesy way. Yes. Yes. Well, actually, yes. And then yes. Maybe, can't we just... Oh, yeah, this is totally it. You know, the golden tubes just look too good to pass up. Let's go with this classic color combination, you know. It's been a while since we last did it, but I always wanted to do fancy stuff and everything. Now we're gonna go with a classic combination. So, there we are, you know. Park's up and running pretty good. All we need is like, we're in June year 2. All we need is like... Well, 460 guests or something? Something like that. Now that seems easy, but mind you, that's actually not easy. Because now, you know, the last mile, I've already noticed it, is becoming more and more difficult. So, you know, right now we've got to basically unsleeve our pullover and you know, get like to work basically. But look at what the pathway here, you know, that we laid down here did with the gas distribution. They did a pretty good job, if you ask me. A pretty good job it did indeed. Yeah. Right now I'm also curious, like if I were to go to the guests, go to the thoughts. No, it still says too crowded there, but that might be because it doesn't update. Oh my good lord, look at how much that made a difference. Wow! That made a difference! Like crazy! Okay guys, before we go, because I really, you know, I'm looking at it and I'm thinking like, yeah, I'm way over time. But before we go, because we have like a pathway here, there's one thing that we need to get right here at the entrance of the... That's bathroom number 9. Special bathroom for special guests who we might see enter the park next time when we play more Rollercoaster Tycoon.